It's morning. I was going to be going out for a trip to the country to check out this piece of land. Um, they, who I live with seems to be interested in it. I think they'll regret their choice because I think it floods more than what it seems. They had been told it was in a flood zone, but they look at a little stream and think, oh, it's not going to flood very much. But I think it possibly floods more than you think. So you think it doesn't flood, but then one day heave of water is going to whoosh up that hill. They might not be so severely impacted as the previous property, which is closer to the river, but I think the water is just going to whoosh in on a rainy day and, crawl up at least half the house. But saying that, I know something about houses. They can be waterproofed, and that's the secret to having a house. Your house can be waterproofed. Um, Amy Insurance, in particular, they offer waterproof options, which, if they allow for it, you can get your property sprayed so the water won't come dribbling onto your property. It will dribble around it. So I've gotten that because I've lived in places before which flood not just over the roof, they climb up halfway up and off a skyscraper building or halfway up a mountain. So I've lived in those two places where, the waters come because they're near beaches. When the water comes in from the beach and it just climbs up all over the place, and snakes fall in from the forest and start wandering around, and sharks come in from the ocean and start swimming around, and and they recommend you waterproof your house. So I had to get switch from Suncorp Insurance to Amy to get waterproofing done. um it costs a bucket, but they claim on your insurance. So um, something to think about if I'm in the running to win a house. um, but um, with my parent, they want to buy a house somewhere, and it's like I might just have to give them a tip. Amy waterproofs, because it is supposed to be in a flood zone. Um, but I'm not sure if it works in all zones. I don't know, but it worked when I was living in a flood zone a couple of times in my youth. So um but the people that are trying to contact, they didn't get back to them. They're not phoning. I was going to say, hey, maybe you should phone instead of email. They might not check their email as readily as their phone. But I haven't said anything yet because I haven't officially gotten up out of bed. But it's good that they're not going anywhere because I can go to my appointment and see what's going on. I had a phone call last week. It said to claim your additional activities so that you don't have to do work with the doll and stuff. And so I've got to get cracking on additional activities, and I'm gonna reopen my business website, even though the website's not perfect. Just reopen it so that people have a point of reference to go to and I'm gonna think about propelling sales independently and see how it goes. At least propel it until like the cops get on my back about closing it down, because that's happened before where I've started my own business. It's not just a sell products business, it's a get money to a charity like business, and they should close that business down. You might be conning people out of their money. It might come across as a deceiving business and blah blah blah. And I've got to watch out for things like that when you're doing something like a certain kind of business. If it fails, I'm probably gonna just keep to selling stuff online. I've got heaps of stuff I could sell. I just don't live in my own house. I can't fill up the houses with paintings and things and paint and so all the stuff that I want, but I definitely need a waterproof house. But I'm in danger of winning a competition this month. So one of the next draw, where's my diary, is on Thursday. Yeah, so that's the one on the mountain, apparently. Trifecta draws next Wednesday, and I don't know when the unless it's come and gone. I don't know when the I only had the card draw. I think the 31st is the other draw. I haven't written it down, and oh no, it's the 15th of November in many weeks. For that Gold Coast, that would be a really good Christmas present. So I don't know what I should do. When I won the check, when I chose a check, that it couldn't be cashed. When I chose a house, I get the house, but it's in a flood zone. I have to think about it. Anyway, these are my personal endangers. I'm all update when I keep my diary open. I'm all update with my activities because I do jot them down and look at them. So it's really weird. But yeah, for today, I'm just basically going on the internet and waiting until 1 to go out to the meeting I have to go to, and then I have to come back and look for jobs if that's something. I'm jobless, but I did get an offer for a Suncorp job. I think if I apply, I will get an interview, but I don't mind Suncorp as an insurance agency, but to work there is, I think I've always come across a pretty stiff interview. It's pretty, they try and be professional, but when, they break out of their professionalism, it's sort of a big letdown. And I've had to have cops there and stuff, and it's like, so to work for, I don't think so. But anyway, well, I'd better have breakfast and continue on with my story writing. I finished it almost yesterday, and then I have to read through it and redo it so that it's like 30, 40, 50 pages longer. So I have to exaggerate the talking so that there's a lot more pages. But it hasn't yet come in a circle. So far it's like, oh, someone slipped in, gotten the job over the other chick. And the chick's a little bit mad and depressed. And, her ex-manager says, oh, I wanted you, if you change your mind, call me. And that's the end sort of thing. It's not like, it hasn't circled like she was set up by her friend to meet this person to get a job. So I don't know whether I should do that full circle or just leave it as a ending, like, if you want to just call me sort of thing. So but I don't know, I have to read through it. I mean, it's got lots of mistakes. I have to do the editing, I have to extend the language, the talking, so that it's quite long and stuff. So